Microsoft and Notion just made you slower, and they charged you extra for it. In June 2025, Microsoft rolled out Copilot Wave 2.5, burying AI inference deeper into every corner of Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Teams. The same week, Notion launched AI connectors, a feature that sucks data from Slack, Google Drive, and Jira into Notion's workspace through a single unified AI pipeline. Both companies are selling the same fantasy: one platform, one subscription, one AI brain to handle everything. And in my analysis, both of them are building a trap that will cost your team hours every single week. Here is the villain. It is not AI itself. AI in focused tools is extraordinary. The villain is the monolithic inference architecture that all-in-one platforms force on you. When Microsoft embeds Copilot into Excel, it is not running a lightweight, purpose-built model tuned for spreadsheet operations. It is routing your query through the same generalist large language model that handles your team's meeting summaries and your Word document drafts. That model carries the weight of every capability Microsoft promised across the entire Office suite. The result is inference bloat, and the benchmarks prove it. Point 1. Latency overhead is real and measurable. Independent testers who benchmarked Copilot Wave 2.5 within days of launch found that AI-assisted Excel operations added between 1.2 and 3.4 seconds of processing time compared to the same tasks on pre-Copilot Office builds. That does not sound like much until you multiply it across a 40-person finance team running hundreds of queries a day. You are not gaining productivity. You are paying a latency tax on every interaction so Microsoft can claim AI is everywhere. Point 2. The RAG penalty in Notion AI connectors is architectural. When Notion pulls data from Slack or Google Drive through its new connectors, every retrieval passes through Notion's own retrieval augmented generation layer. That means your query hits Notion's embedding index, gets re-ranked by Notion's model, and only then surfaces the answer. A dedicated Slack search or a purpose-built RAG tool like Glean or Dancer skips that extra hop entirely. Notion is inserting itself as a mandatory middleman in your information retrieval pipeline. The latency and context window cost of that middleman are not trivial, especially when the source data already has its own search infrastructure. Point 3. Vendor lock-in is the real product. Every prompt template you build in Copilot, every automation you wire through Notion AI, every embedding index that gets created from your company's documents, all of it lives in a proprietary format on their servers. Microsoft and Notion are, in my analysis, deliberately designing these systems so that migration becomes prohibitively expensive. Your fine-tuned workflows, your custom AI behaviors, your accumulated context, none of it is portable. The more you invest, the harder it is to leave. That is not a productivity tool. That is a roach motel with a subscription fee. If this is making your blood pressure rise, good. That means you are paying attention. Subscribe, because this channel exists to say what your vendor's sales rep never will. Now let me address the strongest counterargument. Defenders of the all-in-one approach will say that integration is worth the overhead. They will argue that having one AI that understands your documents, your calendar, your messages, and your spreadsheets simultaneously creates a compound intelligence no collection of point tools can match. And honestly, that vision is compelling. In theory. But in practice, the current implementations do not deliver compound intelligence. They deliver a generalist model that is mediocre at each individual task and adds latency at every step. The compound context window advantage only matters if the model can actually reason across those data sources in a single pass. And neither Copilot Wave 2.5 nor Notion AI connectors appear to do that yet. They retrieve sequentially. They summarize independently. The integration is cosmetic. Here is where I land. The all-in-one AI platform is a business model disguised as a product category. Microsoft and Notion are not optimizing for your speed. They appear to be optimizing for surface area, for the number of workflows they can embed themselves into so deeply that you never leave. Every feature they add increases inference overhead, increases lock-in, and decreases your ability to choose the best tool for each specific job. The companies that will actually win at AI productivity are the ones building small, fast, purpose-built models that do one thing with zero wasted inference. The generalist monolith is a dead end. So here is the question. Are you actually faster with Copilot and Notion AI than you were 6 months ago, or have you just gotten used to the lag?